Hey everyone, and in this video, I have two things. So the first one, if you came here for the game, which I played this absolutely just brilliant, awesome endgame, then skip to this timestamp right up here. And otherwise, if you don't want to skip past that, I have one big announcement, which is that starting tomorrow, I'm actually going to be playing chess tournament. And over the board one, and over the next 5 days, you will be getting a recap. So tomorrow will be round one with, before and after. I'm gonna do a little recording so I can get my thoughts before and after the match. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. So I've been preparing for a lot today, so that's why I'm in a different spot. I'm in my bed right now, just going over lines. And yeah, I'm excited. I hope to get off this tilt. And yeah, so I'll just show the tournament quick, and then we'll get into the game. But you can see there's a lot of very, very strong players. 1900, 1800, 2000, 2200, 2000, 1900. So lots of national masters, if you couldn't tell. Lots of people I've played before and beaten before. 2456, I am. There's me, Meraden. Kind of underrated right now, but hope to get that up. So lots of really strong people. So I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it's the open sections, so I might get my ass kicked, but I also might end up having a really good time and getting a lot of rating points. So that'll come out tomorrow night when I get back home because I have to play 3 rounds tomorrow and then 2 rounds on Sunday. So yeah, with that said, let's get into the game. I need to come up with a really solid game plan. And so I thought for a bit and I decided, okay. My game plan is going to be try and just break through. Try and find some kind of break. Maybe F6 or somehow getting my rook to C4 and maybe, sacrificing something. But first, what I wanted to do was I wanted to play this move King to H7, best move. And the purpose behind King to H7 is that pretty much I'm extra backing up this pawn. So now if he takes, I can even go here build up something really solid and then put my rook here and bring it here and have a ton of pressure against the queen side. Bring both rooks. Like the C file, very instructive little maneuver. It's just going to be exactly where my rooks want to go. So, what happened in the game though is he plays this move F4. I now go with this idea of bishop F8, which I don't think is a good move in hindsight because although I'm moving my rook and I'm freeing up this square for the bishop. Um, I probably should have gone here to freeze the position first, and after something like knight here, now I go bishop h6, and he doesn't have a way into my position anymore. Like he sort of just closed it off. Um, but I missed it. It happens in the game. I'm not gonna try to lie, and I just thought, okay, my bishop is staring at granite here, and I should get rid of it. So he moves the knight back, looking so that if I take here, he takes back and has a knight that I'll pretty much never be able to remove. So after like queen b5, I don't know how I'm gonna get to this knight, and I thought it was pretty annoying because it pressured my ISO pawn. Um, so I play this move rook c4 first, pretty much looking to just prove the rook, say what are you gonna do about it, and maybe get some kind of play generated. So he takes my bishop. I take back, and he now plants his knight here instead, which I suppose makes more sense. He's going back to the center, but this may have been a bit far out of the way, and so I go queen b6, and I pin his knight and pressure his pawn. He has to guard it, so he plays this move rook e2, and then I think for a while, and I play this move rook f to c8, because you see, I was at a loss of what to do here. But I was now half a mind to set up some kind of a sacrifice here. Where I'm like, okay, maybe after some kind of a sacrifice, like again, this is really far in the future. Let's just say some completely ridiculous move happens. Okay. I was like, maybe we get something like this where, the rook comes to life and the bishop holds everything together and we all infiltrate. Um, and pretty much, I was expecting this move h5, which then I was just planning on just going back to g8, and now this is a problem. So, I thought it was a pretty smart move, and he plays king h2, unpinning his knight. I think it was a bit slow, and I find this move queen a6. So Queen a6 sets up a really subtle threat, so if you want to try and think here, look for it. Um, but more or less, let's say they play a random move, it's setting up just a rook sacrifice. And if he take, no matter what he does, I will take his rook. So pretty much, I'm just moving my queen out of the way, and I'm moving out of the way to my b pawn to create some counterplay, which was the critical idea in the game. Which I now go plan a b5, which is actually it's actually a very smart idea. Of again, let's say he makes a nonsense move of something like this, and again, if he takes with this pawn, it's the same sacrifice. And if he takes with this pawn, I have this move here, this little move, which you'll see in the game. And after, I mean, obviously you take, I just take here and simply have incredible pressure. If not winning queen on the spot, I guess at the rook e3, I don't. Um, yeah, and then I'd probably just like take it and go here. Um, so this very positional, very smart idea of very thematic. I think that's why I made this video because I came up with this plan. And after his move, which guards the rook from the subtle threats, I go again looking to simply just put my queen behind here, and I thought that it would be more useful. He guards his king, and now suddenly the pawn breaks begin. So if he takes here, then, pretty obvious I take his knight. So he's forced to take here, and then I go with this move. Pawn to a3. Again, if he takes, I go here, and I'm just sneaking a pawn through. Basically, I'm sacrificing a pawn, very thematic, to get a pass pawn. So, and look, and he's spending a lot of time. And then I find this move a2. And after the rook moves back, I find this the first brilliant move of the game, which is this move, rook takes d4. Absolutely incredible rook sack, and the point of it is so nasty, which is that after he takes, I mean, not only are all these really softened, but as you'll see what happens after I check, he moves, I can sacrifice, just wait, my queen. Queen takes d4, and I just straight up win a pawn. If he takes, which he does in the game, I promote and guard everything. If he takes here, I take back with this, and he can't stop the promotion. And pretty much, very, very smart move. Although maybe in his hindsight, this other side could have worked. You know, more removal, get a second queen. Very, very complex endgame, as you can tell. But I digress. I sack my queen, and he takes. I go here, and now suddenly we reach an endgame where I'm down in exchange. However, he still has to prove that I'm down in exchange. In fact, what's interesting is that here I observed something after some thought. I said, okay, how can I press? Well, he wants to push this, right? But I noticed a detail. His king can't move anywhere. So, considering that it can't move anywhere, if I can play this move g5, takes, I'm just threatening mate, or a mate here with a discovered check. And so that's why I move my king. I move my king, so now there's no pin here. He offers to trade queens. I go here. He offers to trade queens, and I go here. I pretty much say, you know what? I'm done exchange. I have a winning attack, but if you want to draw, I'll take it. And then he played this move. And suddenly, g5. And now you can survive this, but you have to be very precise. He takes, I take back. Now, if you take back, this is simply going to be, and there's simply going to be an incredible amount of pressure, and your king is just completely cut off from everything. But also, if you move forward, you get mated. So he goes here, he blocks my queen from coming in, and I check him. And now he can either move up or down. And now I suppose he missed what I had calculated when he moves down, because if he were to simply move up, my plan here was that, I mean, I was going to take the pawn, and then I was maybe going to try and bring my queen over here, or cut the king off and just try and break my way through. But he went down. And suddenly I find this really pretty move, queen to a3. In fact, the computer doesn't even realize how good this move is because in this position, it took it extra amount of time to even realize that queen a3 is mate and the best move. So if I'll even like show the recap. Computer didn't even realize how good my move was. And then after he pushed the pawn, boom, queen comes in, and again, I'm down in exchange. He has a pawn two away from promotion, but I'm faster. And if you are wondering, yes, f6 is a faster mate. This goes here. However, I just thought it was very pretty of just moving my queen one square and him being completely helpless. Literally, if he moves up, he gets mated, and if he does nothing, that is just going to be the same mate. Obviously, he moves the queen here. What's funny is I even calculated this, checks here, and then I just take, and then there's physically nothing he can do. Like, if the king just execute, and I just find that so pretty. And yeah, I managed to win this insane rapid game. So, couple brilliant, some really smart maneuvers, and yeah, hope you enjoy.